St Helens have emerged for this, the 102nd game of Mike McClennan's big league career. This is the way that they line up for his farewell. Lyon, Prescott, Beavers, Loughlin, Sullivan, Rapati and Griffiths. And the forwards, Dannett, Dwyer, Fogarty, Joint, Nicol and Cooper. The subs there, two backs, Mike Riley and Gus O'Donnell. And that's the man who really does make Rovers tick, Wayne Parker, the scrum half. This is Gary Chatfield. He helps it wide to Leighton. That's a lovely break from Leighton. He's got support there too from Chris Harrison. The St Helens supporters screaming for a forward pass. The referee says play on. Here's Chatfield. Chatfield running dangerously. Big gap for Parker. Paul inside. Full back Fletcher. And he's over for the try. What a start for Rovers. At the moment they're trailing 6-0 and David Lyon has it. He steps away from one tackle and a second tackle. Can't get away from the third man in. That's Chris Joint. He gets the ball away to Paul Loughlin. St Helens keeping the ball alive. Fogarty driving it into the Rovers half of the field. Cooper. Long pass to Beavers, and he had to go spread eagle to pick that one up. Here's Dannett again, gets the ball away to Sullivan, but not the best pass. And it was a good job for Saints that Joint was there.
St Helens really have to slow things down. They're playing panic football as though there's only about 5 minutes left of this game remaining. They've got to get back into their game plan and just nice and slowly get back into the game. Nice kick again from Rapati.
Try scorer Mike Fletcher just picking himself up. Here's Chamberlain again. He drops the ball. Young Chamberlain, only 20 years old. Quite a challenge. Griffiths picks it up, finds Loughlin. He gets it out to Sullivan. What would Anthony Sullivan give for a try against his former club?
That's better from Saints. Sure ball. That's got to be a penalty, surely.
Prescott with 8 goals to his credit and a try. Loughlin just watching on. And Prescott just gets it inside the post. So Rovers then restart. They beat St Helens on the first day. They're aiming here tonight for their first league double over St Helens since the 1981-82 season. They have a quite dreadful record at Knowsley Road, do Kingston Rovers. Nicol, that ball shot out in the tackle like a bar of soap. Joint picked up the pieces. He finds Rapati. Now Beavers on a diagonal run. Get the ball away. This is what Saints are so good at, keeping the ball alive. But that's a good tackle. The prop forward Jackson and Paul Fletcher. Lovely ball round the corner. A good job that Jackson was there again. Now Fogarty, a marauding run from the prop forward. Oh, perhaps he should have released the ball to Sullivan. St Helens on the charge with Dwyer going the short side. And Rovers just hold him up. They're so close, St Helens here. Knock on. Another opportunity for St Helens then with Griffiths starting away from the base of the scrum. David Lyon stretching out. Couldn't just get away from the ponytail centre, Adam Charlesworth. Here's Chris Joint. Joint strongly trying to bollock his way to the line. Dwyer, Griffiths. Slips on the turf, does Griffiths, but does well to pick himself up and make a few more metres progress towards those posts. Dwyer, Cooper, Nicol on the charge. Solid defence again from Rovers. They're having to work hard now. The men from Humberside.
He never played that correctly. That's a penalty to Kingston Rovers.
Voices in the crowd here shouting for the forward pass, and then he picked up the referee's whistle. Prescott now for St Helens.
Oh, it's great to see a move from the scrum base when they work the blind side. Cooper peeled off from loose forward. Love to see it.
Joint through the dummy looking for Beavers, did well too. This is Rapati. Joint is still there. That's a great try from Saints. Put that one down to Chris Joint. He started and he finished the move.
Dannett there gets the ball away, attracts the two defenders. Nice little dummy there. They went too high on him. You've got to go low on a big fella like this. But Rapati throws a dummy, and who's in support for the man that started it? Chris Joint. Oh, that's excellent play.
One out of the Student Rugby League, Stevo. That's great to see also.
Yes, it builds for the future. The game is really developing.
And in the students' game, by the way, it truly is a national sport. Played north, south, east and west. Meanwhile, this is a penalty to Saints, right in front of the sticks. Here comes Prescott then from bang in front. That's 3 out of 3 for the teenager. Parker to Chatfield, dabs the ball forward. That's inventive play, and that's a try. Julian Bott was sneaking up down the touchline. That was lovely play from Chatfield.
But they're just losing their marbles in their own quarter.
Ball was stolen. Wayne Parker appealed to the referee, and the referee had a glance and agreed. Fletcher with the successful penalty, and Rovers have the lead again. Here's Rapati, and that was a lovely long ball to Vivas. He finds David Lyon. The defence shuffles across to try and cut the danger out from Lyon, but he's still going strong, but not now. Good tackling by Richard Oliver. He's the man signed by Rovers from local rugby union. He was on trial as an AN other to try and protect his identity. It was the worst kept secret on Humberside, apparently. Here's Sonny Nicol.
There was another secret they kept. That was a pretty good tackle.
It certainly was. St Helens, though, are 10 metres short of the line with Griffiths. And now Rapati misses out Lyon, finds Loughlin. Loughlin's in. Good try from St Helens.
You make a mistake, just like St Helens a few moments ago. It was Hoskins that allowed St Helens to get in this position. Long ball out wide, but a super pass there. That is perfect timing. The Great Britain international, Paul Loughlin.
A minute and 10 seconds of stoppage time, first half. And a first half that's gone one way and then the other. St Helens won't be complaining. They have the feed at the scrum. Griffiths has possession. And Rovers are trying to marshal their defence. Dwyer to Joint to Vivas. Vivas taking it on.
Well, surely this is where Saints will do their famous criss-cross, bring someone back on the inside.
There's Rapati. Ball inside to Griffiths. Griffiths for the line. Try! Rovers had a great start first half. Saints have got the great start second.
The dummy run from Dannett. Switch of play. There you see him coming at the handle. And there's the man on the inside. Super play. They do it so well, don't they, St Helens? See how the dummy runner went away, brought the defence across, but it's this moment where Rapati cuts back inside and someone coming straight, and that man is Jonathan Griffiths.
That's the second row forward, Chris Harrison all over Mike Riley then. Cooper with a bit of space. Here's Riley again. Now Nicol, but it bounces off Nicol and into the arms of Dwyer. It's play on, says the referee. Here's Vivas. And penalty now against Rovers. He's emerged this season from the 18. Sights are set that time. 2 more to the Saints total. Here's Parker. Still just trying to keep the legs pumping was Parker, but, well, that's surely holding down by Cooper. No, referee says play on. And he's given the penalty this time. 10.5 minutes into this second half. He's kicked it, and Fletcher's 2 points just keep Rovers ticking along. Griffiths has the ball. Griffiths on a run. Almost through Griffiths. Passes the ball off the ground to Vivas. Oh, the pass to Riley wasn't good enough. The line was begging Mike Riley. A big collision off the ball too. Charlesworth's gone down. And St Helens have the ball back, but the referee said penalty, Kingston Rovers. Exact same position. And they keep niggling away at St Helens, don't they? On attack, and in the Rovers Half of the field once more with Dannett, gets the good ball away, flips the pass to Cooper. He finds Chris Joynt. Chris Joynt trying to disentangle himself with Paul Fletcher. Oh, that's a good run from Fogarty. Former heavyweight boxer Adam Fogarty, brought to Knowsley Road from Halifax. Dwyer, Griffiths. Here's O'Donnell. The charge again from Loughlin. He's done that all night. And the referee wants a word with Chris Harrison.
Well, that looks shoulder to me.
Young man who scores plenty of points for the reserve team with kicking like that. It's 6 points again, 22-16. And here comes Rovers, the ball in field to Barkworth. Try for Barkworth. Absolutely incredible by this Rovers team. 2 for Julian Barkworth tonight. The conversion's on its way and Fletcher has kicked it. Wayne Parker says, let's get out of here. Riley picks up inside his own 20-metre zone, sees a little gap. Oliver and Lydiard close it down quickly. O'Donnell gives it to Prescott.
There's been some super defence from both sides in the second half.
Rapati is back on. Fogarty's off. Loughlin's in possession for St Helens. They're just over the halfway line. They're in possession again with Cooper. Now Dannett. 3 minutes plus anything the timekeeper's out for stoppages. It's level pegging at 22-all. Dwyer with a wonderful run. That's exactly what St Helens want. That's the position they need to be in. O'Donnell setting himself again. Cooper's having a go. Drop goal from Cooper. Hits the post. Oh, what drama here at Knowsley Road. Jackson with the run. Last tackle. Rovers cannot get out of their own half. Chatfield. They're going to take a gamble and run for it. Offside. Oliver picked out for offside, but I think it was Lydiard who was offside in the first instance.
Yes, Lydiard perhaps just in front of the kicker. No, yes it was Lydiard there on the centre. Now surely, I can't believe the whole Kingston Rovers didn't kick deep.
Cooper, stand by for the 1 point, they're setting for it again. They're driving it in though this time with Joynt. Time is almost up.
Is it going to be third time lucky for the Saints?
O'Donnell screaming for it. It's with him now. The drop goal specialist has won this match for Saints. Gus O'Donnell, the unsettled man, and Gus O'Donnell now the hero.
Wonderful positioning from the substitute, Gus O'Donnell. You could see he went back nearly 25 metres. That was enough to make sure that no one got anywhere near him. The smile says it all.
Gus O'Donnell's 9th one-pointer of the season, and it could be the most priceless 1 point he's ever scored. Remember how close he was last year to winning the title for Saints with a 1-pointer. He's won 2 valuable points for St Helens this evening to keep the championship hopes on track and send Mike McClennan home with the victory he so desperately needed. But dear me, how disappointing for George Fairburn and for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Joining us now. Mike, nice to end on a winning note.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, it was. I'm thrilled for the team and for, Ducky to finish it off in that way. We set it up on a couple of occasions and we weren't able to complete the assignment. I think it made it extra hard. I think it posed extra pressure on the players, the whole scenario, but I'm proud of them. I think we're lying 4th in the comp now, and that's not a bad position to be. And these boys are good enough. They'll carry on. They'll give Wigan heaps on Boxing Day. You wait and see.
Did you think as the seconds were ticking away that it was going to be a disappointing end?
I was quietly optimistic. It may sound ironic, but I just felt that we were going to pull something out. I really did. So we were fortuitous, and that's what it's all about, getting the final result. And I'm pleased that the little Wigan are provided that nice but unfortunate circumstances. I have to go home and I can go home and poke my chest out. And we won our last game, and they're in a good, they're in a good position in the comp now, and they can carry on with it. We needed something just to break the scenario. We've had a draw and a couple of losses. Probably last week a little bit unlucky with an unfortunate foot trip, because I think we would have given Warrington heaps with a full complement of players. So on that score alone, I'm very pleased with my team. I'm very pleased with the result.
Has it been an emotional evening for you?
Well, of course it is, because the players, they're very important to me, and they always have been and always will be with any team I've been associated with. And I'm very proud to have been their coach, and I sincerely wish them well in the future, and the future coaching staff. Obviously Shane Cooper and Frankie Barrow will be taking over, and the club will be making a new appointment. And I certainly wish my successor all the best, because back home in New Zealand I'll be looking at the Sky television and watching the results intently, and sincerely hoping that Saints can get a championship. I hope that a little bit of work that I've done here is a foundation for better things for the club.
Any regrets about leaving, Mike?
I've got no option, have I?
And what would you reckon, looking back over the years, what would you cherish as the high spot of your association with St Helens?
For strategy reasons, I think, the 41-6 victory over Wigan on Boxing Day was very significant. I think the Premiership Grand Final, and I thought we showed a lot of excellence when we eliminated Widnes in the semi-final to go to Wembley. And I think the big frustrating factor at Wembley that year, when we did lose 38 to Wigan, that we didn't have another 5 minutes, because we would have beaten them.
Mike, thanks very much indeed, and we wish you all the best for the future. Cheers.